In May of 2021, I made my third journey, my third trek to the tank. This time I took along Ella, who is an assistant at Heart Dance Records, and she was great at taking photos and videos along the way and just helping out in so many ways. We started out from Phoenix, Arizona, and because she had never been through northern Arizona or Colorado, we took a trip through Monument Valley. Took some photos, and she made me climb up on top of my Jeep with my flute, so that was a lot of fun getting those shots. We continued on through Moab and then arrived at a friend's house where we stayed for a few days. My friends in Grand Junction also arranged a private event for me to perform at, as well as doing a house concert, or actually it was a backyard concert, with the beautiful backdrop of the Colorado National Monument behind us. It was just fabulous. I love doing house concerts and getting to meet people one-on-one and getting to know them. Hi everybody, we are here at the Colorado National Monument doing a photo shoot. It rained earlier this morning, but the clouds broke and some sun came out. So we're here on the edge of these very steep cliffs that Ella's going to show you. And I am being very careful because I know I'm going to get messages saying, please be careful. So I am. I got at least 2 feet to the edge. We headed over the pass to Rangeley, Colorado, after a couple of days in Grand Junction. We spent 3 days at the tank. I had 2 sessions each day for the first 2 days. Those were my sessions where I recorded. Hi, good morning. I am back at the tank. Yesterday was my first day of recording. I did, I don't know, maybe 35 tracks, I think Ella told me. And I was very pleased with the recording. I have another day here, morning session and evening session. And I just want to give you a quick look at the tank. And come on in, Ella. They've got new theater lighting in here, so it looks beautiful when you're in here recording. And I've got many of my flutes set up. I need to set up a few more before we get started today. But I'm really excited for my second day here at the tank. I can't imagine there's any place quite like this to record in. Somebody had asked me once about what it's like to be in the tank. And I think my response was, I play the music, it circulates through the tank and gets carried up to the heavens. So I'm not sure how else to describe it. It's just, I'm addicted to it.
I love it. Well, I have some questions too about it. So what originally drew you to the tank?
Originally, somebody had mentioned the tank to me, and that was Will Clipman, who is a percussionist that I play with quite often, and we've done some recordings together. He said, you need to go to the tank. So I went to the website, tanksounds.org, and I checked it out. And I was going on tour with guitarist Darren Mahoney, and I said, do you want to stop at the tank and do some recording? He said, sure. So came here and spent several hours recording. That turned into my solo flute album, Transcendence. Then I came back last year in June and recorded Renewal. And now, throughout COVID over this last year, I have made so many new and wonderful connections with people through an app called Insight Timer, which is a meditation app. And those people would reach out to me and let me know how my music had helped them in so many different ways, whether it was just relaxing or with tinnitus issues or grieving. And they were telling me how much my music meant to them. And so I grew these new friends, kind of like a new family, really. And I wanted this next recording to be about them. So there are many people that I have recorded for this time in the tank. And I did a Zoom chat with them prior to coming. I had them send me photos, so I took the photos into the tank with me. I found out about their backgrounds. I let them pick the flute they wanted me to play on. And I just went in and channeled and created for them. So I hope that they all really enjoy the music that I created for them.
It's very special.
It is special.
Very special. What is something you didn't expect from recording this project specifically? Or maybe something you learned from this process?
I didn't expect. It was so fun to bring you in on the project.
Oh, I loved it.
I purchased an F-sharp crystal bowl before the trip and some chimes. And originally I figured I'd be doing it myself in there somehow, the bowl, and then playing the flute. And I'm talking about Ella here.
Yes, hi.
Behind
I will.
the camera.
Hello.
She works for me in her dance records, and I brought her along on this trip, and she was a natural at playing the bowl and the chimes.
That one she's into it.
We did a couple takes, and it was just like perfect.
It was
like
so fun. It was. It really did feel like that. It felt like it just, we'd done it 100 times before that.
Yeah, so that felt very natural. And it was very, very enjoyable. And we live streamed some of that, so I hope people enjoyed that too. And I'd love to hear people's feedback.
Yes,
and
I would
if they'd
too.
like to hear more work with the bowls and chimes.
Yeah, it was so special, so fun to experiment with. I feel like the tank is like a playground. That's kind of the way I feel about it.
I think there's so much you could do in there, and there's probably many more instruments we could bring the next time we come, so we'll have to think about that.
For sure. Awesome. What's your most favorite thing about recording at the tank? Just, it could be experience-wise or something very specific.
It's almost, I always say that my music is therapy for me too when I play, so it's very cathartic, I guess. It's very healing for me to go in and play. And I also think that, like, I appreciated the response that I've got from these recordings in the tank and how well they've been received by people. So I'm just very, very grateful for that. And I feel like this is part of my family too now.
Yeah.
Like, how can I not come here at least once a year and record?
It is. It's such a heart-opening space. I think it has its own wisdom that it shares back with you very, very strongly, and it's cool.
Yeah, it listens to you,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a conversation.
Yeah.
When you're playing in there, it's a conversation that you have with the tank, and then the music just goes up, and in my imagination, it gets carried out to the universe, and hopefully is putting good energy into the world.
Yes, for sure. Well, thank you, C.A.R.E.
You are very welcome.
Excited about hearing it. It's been lovely.
It's been a lot of fun, and then we hope to be back again.
Hi, I'm James Paul. I'm the director of the tank. Today we're seeing this area with C.A.R.E. and Ella. What you see on the hill, on the cliff there, are 1,000-year-old paintings from what's called the Fremont era, where folks used to live up here. Long gone, of course, and they've left this. The color's quite bright, and the figures seem really to be listening to C.A.R.E. play, don't you think?
So we are at the Blue Mountain Inn in Rangeley, Colorado. And this was our third day at the tank. The first 2 days were just me recording. I was recording with a guitarist today. And we were there for the evening session, and all of a sudden the power went off. So we drove back to the hotel, and the hotel was on partial power. And then Ella and I decided to take a walk. As we're walking, about a mile into the walk, the whole town shut off. All the streetlights, everything.
Completely black.
Now the stars are very beautiful here. You can see the sky is huge, full of stars. But we walked back to the hotel. We could barely find the hotel because there was no lights. Luckily, we had this flashlight that I'm holding over my head. So we're now, can you scan my messy room, Ella?
Yes, I can.
We're in pure pitch black.
It is black. Black.
And we're trying to decide to go or stay, but I think we're going to stay.
Yeah.
And then
stick it out.
Get up early and head out. But this is the first I've never been in a town, entire town blackout with no power whatsoever.
Completely agree. And it's weird because there's been no weather, anything.
It was a beautiful day today.
Gorgeous, no clouds.
Yeah.
And now it's just no power.
Yeah. So it's a new experience.
It is indeed. It is indeed that.
So we're probably just gonna call in a night and head out early in the morning. And hopefully we have enough gas because the gas pumps are down.
Oh yeah, everything's down.
Closed.
We've got a little over half a tank, so I think we should make it.
Half a tank. We need to make it down. Yippee! Oh wow!
Well, that was fun to catch on camera. It was like we planned it.
All right, the air conditioning's back on. We've got lights, so okay, it's not so scary now. After that, we headed back to Arizona, but we took a couple of side trips. I had never been down through Telluride, so we made the drive down to Telluride. Such a beautiful drive. I actually got the drone out and shot some drone footage while I was there. So we had lunch and spent some time walking around the town. We tried to do a short off-road trail, but got stopped by some snow that was still on the ground. We then headed down to the Grand Mesa National Park, which is in the southwest corner of Colorado. I had never been there before, and I had rented a lodge there to stay in for our last night before we arrived back in Pheonix. And I really had no idea what to expect, and the drive through the park was beautiful. We were up 8,000 or 9,000 feet high. We could see 4 states while we were up there, New Mexico, Colorado, Arizona, and Utah, from as high up as we were. So we had a really nice time there, and then finished the trip driving back to Phoenix, Arizona on that last day. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad Ella was with me. I'm glad I didn't do it alone, and I've got some wonderful memories from that trip.